Legend with celebrity cameos.
This
80 fucking episodes, oh my god.
Lucas
With WATTO in his basement and 31 flavors.
Arliss.
But the S is all dollar signs, oh my with the super duper pants.
Arliss.
S is all dollar signs, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Can't get the Apple TV to work with my CGI fingers. It's no good on the touchpad. Hello, everybody. I'm WATTO, the Flying Space Jew, aka Toydarian Slave Owner. Welcome to the George Lucas talk show. May the R be with you. We're doing it, folks. All 80 episodes of Arliss, watching them live in real time. Honor the great Bobby Wool. Raising money for charity. This used to be a live talk show, which was always tough for George Lucas and I because we're both aggressively antisocial isn't a strong enough word. We both have contempt of other human beings and the need to talk to them. So this is our new remote talk show we do from the safety of our respective mansions. George at Skywalker Ranch, me on the Upper East Side, here with my fleece Toy Story blanket and my HBO pillow. And let's resume my regular role as announcer. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the host of the George Lucas Talk Show, live from Marin County, George Lucas. George, I think you're muted.
No, I can't be.
You gotta
Am
say
I muted?
Now you're not. Say the thing you said again.
Hello, I'm George Lucas, creator of Star Wars.
There we go. That's what people pay the big bucks for. George, I got to complain with you. I know I represent the best technology that existed as of 1999. Very hard to get my CGI fingers to work with an Apple TV remote.
No, you were
up the Arliss.
Your character was born so long before the age of streaming digital entertainment. I doubt anyone's fingers within the Star Wars galaxy would be able to operate an Apple TV.
Okay, George, yes, I understand that, but this is a little bit of a Frankenstein's monster situation because you gave me life. I did not die after the film ended. Okay, I have to go on living in our present world.
Yes, yeah. No, I understand, and perhaps that's part of a hero's journey.
Boy, okay. How are you feeling?
All I can direct you to read up on Joseph Campbell. You can there will be struggles. That is part of it, and that's part of any good story.
I might submit an email to THX tech support during all of this. I know technically I should go to ILM and not THX, but I feel like ILM does less sort of consumer home tech support. You know?
Right. Yeah.
And if you are a preferential
THX could make it sound better while you tried to access your Apple TV.
Because even just the bloops are not good. Now it's just frozen. Now it's just straight up frozen. How are you feeling, George?
I'm feeling great. I'm very excited because today, of course, we're beginning a 7-part saga And this is something that was initiated during our 30-hour Star Wars Day watch-a-thon.
Yes.
And we're going to be watching today the first of 7 seasons of the HBO original series Arliss.
Yes.
This show, it's interesting. When you look back at a life lived, this show aired on HBO during a period where I was preoccupied with first the special editions of the original trilogy,
right,
and then with the prequels.
Yeah,
The entire run of Arliss would happen during the lifespan of the run up to the prequels, and it would ultimately, despite its long run on home box office, Arliss would finish before the prequel trilogy would be done. And so I never had time.
You made 6 films. You fully produced 6 films from whole cloth during the time of Arliss.
Well, I didn't really finish the episodes 4, 5, and 6 until they made their premiere on Disney Plus. That's and even then, I feel like, did I really finish the films?
That was sort of, you were presenting the galleys at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
These are as close as I could get within the time frame allotted.
I literally have to physically restart my Apple TV. Keep talking, George.
Well, I mean, that's part of why we built in an intro period during this marathon, that we would not start the first episode immediately when the watch-a-thon began, in part to account for technical difficulties, which have to be accounted for in any project, but also to allow a human element, friendship, and camaraderie that Watto and I share as hosts of this show.
That's what people tune in for, the friendship.
To check in with each other, because I haven't been able to see you in person in quite some time, Watto.
Yes. And we used to hang out on the regular.
Yes, when we were doing the show in New York City. But now I'm stuck. I'm stranded at Skywalker Ranch.
That's the thing, because people, they go, oh, you guys, you have this on-camera relationship for the show. You work together for the movies. Does that extend into your personal lives? And people don't know. We're very close friends. Before and after each taping, we would exchange pleasantries for up to 10 seconds, which is the closest relationship I've ever had with anybody.
Right.
We would say, hello, how are you doing? Nice to see you.
Say fine.
Right.
Nice to see you. Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
we were very, very close.
Yes. Now, Watto, you've never seen an episode of Arliss, have you?
Never seen an episode of Arliss. I'm going in blind, except for my glasses.
Which is the ideal way to go in to experience a saga story. There was some talk originally whether we should watch seasons 4, 5, and 6 first, and then go back and watch seasons 1, 2, and 3 to see. I
believe it was discussed by our producers, Jersey, Dave, and Bryson. Yes.
But see, the thing is, I never got the sense from what I know of the series. I never got the sense that was part of the original vision for the way the story was supposed to be told.
No, I mean, maybe we're going to feel like fools, but, unless Bobby tells us otherwise, our good dear friend Bobby Wold, who now I'd say at this point, after making a 45-minute appearance on our last live stream, is my second closest friend in the world. Unless he tells us that we should have been watching it that way, I think starting with season 1 is the correct approach.
I think so as well. And similar to the way the Star Wars movies are intended to be seen, you start with the first one. That's just the way you do it.
Yes.
Regardless of production order. And I do believe, I don't know, but this is something we can ask Bobby hopefully later, is whether they did indeed shoot seasons 4, 5, and 6 first and then go back. I don't know. I don't know the answer. They may have.
I think another thing to ask Bobby, if we ever get the chance again, the show is on HBOgo, 7 seasons now, for anyone who has the HBO app. But in his mind, are they truly finished? Are we watching the special editions? Are we watching his McConkie cuts, so to speak? Are there changes, and by changes, I mean final touches that Bobby feels like he needs to do before the show is actually premiere.
My sense is that he would want at least 2 more seasons so that you have three solid trilogies.
You need 3 trilogies. He never got to complete his 3rd trilogy.
I did notice a comment about Patrick. Patrick Connor, our producer. It may be a good time to bring Patrick into the fold. Someone was asking.
They're having Patrick Connor in the feed.
A long-suffering producer, Patrick Connor.
Long-suffering
That's
producer.
true. And listen, hi guys. I don't want to make a big deal about it, but the viewing order thing was my idea.
Okay, that is a good point. And just
I'm going to brought it up. I don't want to make a big deal. It's fine. We'll move on.
All right.
Fair enough. It did not. To be fair, I attribute it to Dave and Bryson because they are the producers who are usually awake. So I assume that must have been their idea.
Right.
We're not Inception.
It almost makes me wonder whether you may have dreamed. You may have dreamed it. You may have dreamed that you suggested it.
That's what I'm saying, and we do not have the technology to be able to pluck that from your dreams, as one would say in Inception or in one of the Karl Barks Uncle Scrooge comics.
I did not know you were a fan of those, Watto. That's good to know.
I love them. What about you, George? Do you have any opinion whatsoever on the Karl Barks Uncle Scrooge comics?
Yes, I wrote the introduction for the first volume of the Fantagraphics reprint series of the Karl Barks library.
Yes.
If you are a fan of the Indiana Jones films, then you may want to check out some classic Karl Barks Uncle Scrooge comics published by Fantagraphic Books. 2 things that we should probably tell people now is we're not going to be showing you the episodes of Arliss on these screens. You'll have to go to. We don't have the rights. We are not home box office. I am a retired filmmaker. I don't have any pull with HBO.
Although let's say in this pandemic, it feels like we're a stay-at-home box office.
Wonderful joke.
If anyone wants to watch along, they can go to HBOgo, HBOnow. It's fully up there in a few days. HBOmax. You can bring it up there. All 7 seasons are up, and you can sync up. The clock right here will tell you where we are in the episode.
And we'll be seeing these for the first time as well. So, we should also emphasize every week we're going to be raising money for a different charity.
Yes.
And there should be a link. Is there a link people can click to go to the food bank for New York? There's the bit.ly.
Donate at bit.ly/wool1.
I believe that's a / Watto. That's a /
/wool1.
We want to try to, encourage people to help out a little or a lot. The last time we raised a fair amount of money to help some people out, and we want to keep helping people every week. Because my understanding is that's what the show is about. Arliss is a sports agent who's trying to help some professional athletes to further their careers, to help make their lives a little better.
Yes, and George, as you said, we were able to make a positive impact last time. We felt we had to keep that going, the season of giving, because we raised $20,000 for the laid-off employees of a comedy theater. And folks, that's no joke.
Now, guys, we're very close to 3:15, which you said when we're going to be kicking off. So are you guys, do you have the episode brought up and everything?
Yes.
Yes.
I will say it seems like most of Arliss has been watched on my HBO account, almost as if Watto's brother has been really into Arliss or was really into Arliss like 18 months ago.
Yeah, the next time that you see your brother, Watto, you could say to him, "You are my brother."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a classic Star Wars line.
All right, guys, let's start. So are you guys both ready to go?
Right.
Yeah, ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
1, 2, 3.
Arliss! Oh, it's HBOgo. I'm reading what's
All right,
happening.
there is adult content and adult language.
A little bit of adult content. This is an afternoon show, but it's not for children.
Oh, I can hear that. All right, footage of athletes. Looks like file footage.
and I'm hearing the golden tones of our dear friend Bobby Will. I will say, this is truly the first seconds of Arliss I have ever seen in my life. That opening shot of Olympic athletes diving, jumping. For a second, I thought that was like the opening credit scene. Is every episode going to start with this stock footage, or is this just a little table set for the first episode? Now we're seeing him like talking to people in the bullpen. He's getting a slice of piazza. Mike Piazza. A slice of piazza.
We're seeing Arliss and his colleagues working together and his clients.
And the theme song, I only want to be with you.
I only want to be with you.
I like Arliss. You know why? He likes money.
I like Arliss because he likes helping people.
Money.
He likes helping people.
Well,
so we've already each found episode 1, A Man of Our Times.
Okay,
all right, there's some sort of a dinner with a dais.
But what is happening right here? We're watching Arliss at a fundraiser. And we're doing an Arliss fundraiser.
Oh my goodness.
Georgia!
It looks like he's being honored.
But it's a foundation.
Yes.
Arliss Michaels, the great Arliss.
And Mr. Bob Costas is introducing him.
Has anyone aged better than Bob Costas? What are you going to say?
And now voiceover is being employed.
Yes.
And a flashback. And I liked the first edit that we saw was a folding wipe.
We saw
very Star Wars.
Yes.
Very Star Wars. So already I'm seeing the influence here. And it looks like they're talking about it's a fundraiser.
Yes, it's a fundraiser. And already, people talk about Save the Cat, the way to endear an audience character. This is an even clearer, cleaner path to audience empathy. Open up with your lead character haggling over money.
Oh, wow.
I'm on his side automatically. What, George? What's the oh, wow?
Well, there was already an O.J. Simpson reference.
See, I like this guy. I know this is a good guy because he hates giving away his money.
Right.
It's good that you can relate to him, Watto. I feel like that's not always something that you find in movies or TV.
No, but I'm saying this is the language to show you he's a universal good guy.
Yeah.
I relate to him, but I imagine everyone relates to him being like, oh, charity. Ugh.
Hey, Watto, can you turn down your sound a little bit? I think we're picking it up.
Sorry.
Yeah, Watto, I'm hearing all of your sound.
I was just blasting it. I want to hear Arliss in surround sound.
And we're meeting Arliss's crew, essentially, Rita and Kirby. It looks like Kirby has a black eye, and it looks like he's gambled on some sporting events. So he's kind of a scoundrel.
I think we found a good guy.
We've already found Kirby is our Han Solo, very definitely in this. He's a little foul-mouthed. He's not above using some colorful language.
He's wearing a jacket, but the fact is, he's a good guy because he likes gambling and gets beaten up for it. That's how you know it's another save the cat type trick.
Now, George DJ Weaver in the comments is saying good leather jacket, very Indiana Jones.
Very Indiana Jones. Kirby he's rough around the edges.
Yeah.
I don't have a handle yet on whether Arliss is our Luke Skywalker or our Ben Kenobi. But already, every single edit so far has been a wipe transition.
Yes, has been the turning of a page, as if leafing through his ledger all the money he's losing.
Well, I'm seeing a Star Wars influence in this from start to finish.
I've seen 7 or 8 per minute. Yes, this feels deeply indebted. I mean, this is sort of what Arliss is to Star Wars, what Star Wars is to Kurosawa,
Arliss right now is doing a lot of hand gestures to try to convince people to do what he wants. Where have we seen that before?
He's trying to do some mind tricks, and it seems like he's stuck in a meeting with a couple Toydarians. The mind tricks don't work on
the mind tricks don't work on them.
Mind tricks don't work on them now.
Oh boy.
And I
Now,
believe
Arliss Michaels presents. We see a poster for an ice show.
And what's it
So
called?
Arliss,
What's the show called? Tell them what it's called.
it's called Ragged Dick. Horatio Alger's Ragged Dick.
Oh, nice.
But here, I'm already finding, as a producer myself, Arliss Michaels is a producer of shows.
Yes.
So I'm finding this incredibly relatable.
But we all know if you're going to go see a show, the name you want to see most above the title is a sports agent. So seeing Arliss Michaels presents, that's like a Lucasfilm production. That's a stamp of quality, you know?
You know what you're getting. You know what you're getting.
I promise to the audience, the Arliss brand is not just behind the scenes, but for the people in the stands.
But Arliss is negotiating with people in a way that I haven't had to do for a very long time. And now here we are with Stanley, played by Michael Boatman.
Toot toot! All aboard! Michael Boatman.
And he's talking about money.
Sorry, what are you saying, George?
Well, they're talking about money. They're talking about a poster. All of this is relatable.
This is relatable. This is universal truth.
Universal storytelling.
Relate to. Yes, classic story, mythic storytelling. They are all classic Campbellian heroes dealing with the problems of our everyday life.
Now, George, the Orbito class is asking, how do you feel about the stylistic choice to spell it ARLI $$?
I think it's good. I think the name itself tells a story.
Yes.
And it is a very efficient mode of storytelling to put something into the title. That's why I always put Star Wars into the titles of Star Wars movies.
It helps. It tells people what to expect.
Because for one thing, in the same way that Arliss ends with the $2 signs as S's, Star Wars begins with an S and ends with an S.
Yes.
So it's sort of a little bit of this. It's a different version of the same tactic. Zoop.
They do the zoop.
There's a part of me, I have to admit, there's a part of me that considered having them be dollar signs at the beginning, but it was thought to be presumptuous. And by the time we'd already had success with the first movie, we couldn't go back and change that. That was one thing I felt like we can't change that. We can change a lot, but we can't change that.
You didn't have the temptation when you finally put a bow on the McClunky cut to just add a couple lines to those?
No, that's sacrosanct. It's too late. Some things you can change. Sure. You can change themes. You can change the way the movie looks or sounds, but you can't change the way an S is in the title. That's something you either. Arliss didn't do that in season 2. They did that right out of the gate. From the very beginning, he spelled his last name with $2 signs.
But once again, as you said, I mean, Bobby Wool is a true iconoclast, and he does things differently than everyone else. He started with episode 1, you know?
Yeah.
That's not traditionally the way that stories are told.
Now here we are on what I'm assuming is the equivalent. This is like our Hoth sequence because we're ice skating.
A bird. Bird.
Very cold.
Yes. Figure out like analogous which one of these characters is a Wampa, which character is a Tauntaun, you know?
Well, now I think this character's name I believe is Nikki, the ice skater. And her hair is feathered very much like a Wampa. There's a certain amount of feathering, but I haven't got a good look at the hairstyle of her partner.
Well, that's the thing. Whether, as you said, we don't know if Arliss is a Luke or a Kenobi yet. And so it's like, what is his relationship to these people? Is he going to take a nap inside one of them? Is he going to get attacked by one of them? Or is it an entirely different thing? We don't know. Is he just Obi-Wan as a Force ghost on Hoth and nothing can touch him? You know?
Right.
Now, George and Watto, 2 things. First of all, I can't believe I forgot this before the episode started, but I have something that I'm going to be wearing during this.
Oh.
Check it out.
Where did you get that hat?
The internet.
Wow.
Second question. I Laugh Alone wants to know if we'll be giving Arliss names to people who donate.
Yes, we absolutely will be giving Arliss names to people who donate.
It may be.
And Arliss names are very different. They're very different than Star Wars names.
Entirely different. Of all the things that we had to prep over the last 2 weeks, that's probably the point of greatest contention, was figuring out the style guide for the Arliss names, if you will. Right? That was, I feel like, the most hand-wringing.
It was by far the most Watto was involved in helping to prep for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, Watto's not crazy about group texts. This is, George, you were right about this being like the Hoth, because this is a very extended sequence. It's really almost like an entire act is taking place in this Arctic setting.
Well, the thing is, this is a practical location.
It is.
So,
well, do we know that for sure, George?
I have a keen eye, and it doesn't have that authenticity that you get with a fully digital, fully rendered background, because when you're in a practical setting, there's something about it that looks not as good as something that is made digitally.
It looks a little too tactile and not shiny enough. It's bad.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like they're really there, and I think they were.
But George, as you're saying, visual effects are, especially in your hands, are so impressive these days. I had many people who asked me, "Oh, you were in episode 2. Were you there on Coruscant on location for shooting?" And I went, people think that it was a real place.
Hey guys, can I have it now? We've raised $238 so far.
That is absolutely ridiculous. Go on.
But the issue is, on the website, it seems to only give first names for donations. So what I'm going to say is, if you've donated,
tell us your name.
Email. Or do you think commenting or emailing is better? What would you prefer, George?
What's easier for you?
I guess commenting.
Yeah. I remember George Lucas still refuses to own a laptop. Is currently doing this stream from his phone.
I'm flying blind.
What do you call the area of a laptop that you use to track your finger? And
it's a fetish pad.
He calls it a fetish pad, folks. That is his argument against laptops, that he does not like the fetish pad.
I don't know. One of the reasons I think we spent so much time in the ice arena is because when you go to a practical location, the temptation is, well, let's spend a lot of time here. Whereas if you create a digital location, you can nip in and out. You can go to Coruscant and then leave. You're not tempted to spend the day there.
Sure.
This is obviously a real apartment or house that he is in, a domestic room. Everything there is practical. The bowls are practical. The food is practical. That's practical paintings on the wall. These are all real, which, to a certain extent, there's an argument for the authenticity of it.
It's a bad argument. It's a
bad argument. I don't con to it. My buddy Steve would like this kind of thing, but I prefer, like, if you look at the food that's on that spoon.
Yes.
If it's digital, it could be any kind of food. But once you film it practically like that, then you're sort of stuck with what you've got. You could erase it, and I could definitely have, if someone let me into an editing suite for a week, I could make all of this look different.
And once again, George, all respect to Bobby Wool. I'm sure he has things he wishes he had done differently. But here's a scene where they're eating spoonfuls of soggy oatmeal. If he had taken some advice from you, they could have pear slices magically flying onto the ends of their forks, and then they'd go like this.
All right. Shaquille O'Neal is here.
Now, this man is tall. He is sort of Chewbacca-sized. Is that fair to say in relation to their characters?
I definitely think this would have been a great opportunity for a fully CGI character, but as practical characters go, I think this is very impressive. Now, Shaq is talking.
Oh, no, I was going to say, George, everything got knocked over. No, I think the argument with against Shaquille O'Neal being practical is they're so limited in terms of how big he can be.
George, what's going on, buddy?
Everything got missed over. Everything. There was literally a gust of wind.
Hey, you know what wind cannot knock over?
Oh, that's not true. That's not true. Hold on, I gotta see what's in the chat.
No, you don't. Bring the phone back up.
Hold on, let's see what's in the chat.
George, don't pretend, George.
I want to see what's in the chat. Well, that's
Hey, George,
one thing that we've learned, which is
George,
that a gust of wind,
George, Eamon B. Dot to know if you modeled the Terraskazi, which is a martial art in the Star Wars universe, on Shaq Fu.
Yeah, that's well spotted.
It seems like George is so thrown off by that device mishap that he needs a little recovery time.
We're trying to bring him back in.
What are you drinking, George?
I'm drinking Kroger brand seltzer water.
Nice. Any flavor to that, or is it just flat?
Lemon lime.
Oh!
Hey guys, we're starting to get some donations in. So let's do. You want to do a name?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do an Arliss name.
Okay.
Right now, it looks like Arliss is just to bring people up to speed on the plot. The episode has been tracking credits and debits, and it seems like more money is going out than coming in.
I'll say,
but it looks like there may have been another turn of events.
I'll say another thing, George. I feel like another big influence that Star Wars clearly has on our list. This show seems to largely center around trade negotiations.
Oh, very much so.
Okay, guys.
Andy Germuga. Now, this is a Star Wars. This is a Star Wars name that we're turning into an Arliss name. It's already a Star Wars name.
Yes.
Andy Germuga, or I don't know if it's Germuga or Germuga. I would pronounce it Germuga, and it's that's already a Star Wars name.
And I would drop the Andy. I'd say drop the Andy. It's cleaner. You are just Germuga.
I don't know. I kind of like Andy Germuga.
Well, no, I was saying that's if it was a Star Wars name, but it's not the Star Wars name. It's an Arliss name. We're going to have to do some work on Star Warsing this.
Yeah. Well, first of all, there's no S's, so that's a problem. That's already this is a difficult.
Should we add some?
Yeah.
Well, I want to say one thing right off the bat. I think we want to replace both A's with the pound symbol.
With the pound symbol?
The pound. No, not the hashtag. Like the pound, the British currency. Yeah, that guy in the middle.
Got it.
Okay,
right.
I'm seeing a little Arliss here now, right?
Right. Yeah, that's definitely something there.
And I think we want to replace the E with a euro.
Okay.
Yeah, and we want that Y to be replaced with the yen.
Sure.
Okay, so we got the money in there, but it feels a little lacking in sports, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Now here's hang on.
Now, what are you thinking, Patrick?
I see this martini glass, and I wonder if we replace the yen with a martini glass.
Oh, because he likes to work, but he also likes to play.
That's just my suggestion. You guys can say no.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna. This might be extreme, but I'd say I don't. I hesitate to pull this move right out of the gate on our first Arliss name, but replace the Andy with Arliss. We're not going to do that often. That's not a move that we're going to pull very often. but I think it calls for it.
George, I agree with you, and that's what makes you the retired filmmaker of the group. You're able to see the big picture and take the big risks. I think we need to get still a little bit of sports in here. I think we replace the U in Garmuga with the trophy.
With 2 baseballs.
2 baseballs?
Yeah.
Wow, George. Wow.
George, we're all playing AAA and you're in the major leagues, baby. Well, I think that's perfect. Nothing left to be done here, right?
Wait, hang on. Someone in the comments is saying we should replace the G with a golf ball.
I was thinking about it, but I was afraid to even say it.
Do it.
I think we
Where is the golf ball?
Do we have a golf ball?
I don't know if we have one.
No, we have a golfer. There are 3 emojis that are the person
Here's
playing.
what I'll say. If that's the closest thing, I think we got to do it.
I think
We gotta do it.
Okay. So your name is now Arlis Golf Mooger.
Okay. All right. Great job, guys.
And then he asked if we could copy paste it into the chat
Yes, of course.
so that you get to take it home as a prize. And meanwhile, on screen, it looks like.
Oh, that doesn't necessarily work.
Oh, really?
You can figure it out,
It's
though.
working here. Although the pound symbol has been turned into the male symbol. I don't know what's going on here. It looks great.
Yeah.
All right.
Arli,
More debits. Arlis is racking up the debits.
that was another gambling debt.
And
It really is a
so now we're back at the dais.
Mm,
Bob Costas is speaking. So now we've gone structurally
yes,
back to the framing device.
it's like poetry. It rhymes.
Kirby is giving Arlis the signal that things are going well.
Yeah, Arlis.
But I sense, I don't know. I don't know whether this is going to end well for Arlis.
I think Arlis.
It could go either way.
About this, yes, I think so.
They just made a colorful joke
Oh,
about.
Arlis.
Oh, guys, when you donate to the website, if you put in the note section your full name, we'll be able to see it.
Oh, please do that. It
Yeah.
will make everyone's
Makes
life
it a lot easier.
easier.
Now,
Great.
the Give a Damn Foundation. That's a salty name. Certainly, we would never. This is may the RB list you. There's nothing you could say that to a toddler, and there's no issue. But Arlis's fundraiser, of course, this is a show for adults. It's an adult comedy,
Yes.
and so they can afford to be a little saltier in the language.
It's not TV, it's HBO.
Now,
We're back.
we've
at
gone
Dragon
back
Night.
to the ice arena.
Seems like this is maybe opening night. Dear Sebastian, sorry. Had a chance to do Camelot in Vancouver. Had to take it. Ciao. Or EXO.
Right. And so now he's crying, and that is a practical effect. That actor did not cry. They applied water to his face, which is the way to do it, because otherwise you're dealing with acting and human emotion. It's much better to just put water on the face to replicate human tears rather than have an actor get that emotional.
Are you eating a leaf, George? What are you eating right now?
I think some baby spinach.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, like Baby Yoda. And now we've cut to a football game. All of these plot threads, this is like the end. This is actually like the end of episode 1, The Phantom Menace, because all of the various plot strands are all coming together at the same time.
Yes.
And it's a juggling act because you can't linger too long in one plot thread. It's very hard to communicate this kind of thing, but I think they're nailing it. We're seeing all of the consequences of Arlis's behavior are all coming to pass culminating in this fundraising event.
Oh, Shabazz trips. He's down. See, this is right.
And now we've actually said the title of the episode has been said in the dialogue.
A man of our time.
Uh-oh. And it looks like this is going to cost Arliss a significant amount of money, perhaps.
Yes.
Uh-oh, Kirby is giving him Kirby. And we're hearing the I Only Want to Be With You.
The theme song.
Dusty Springfield. And he's presenting the award, but he looks shocked and stunned. It's very much like the way that Boss Nass holds up the orb at the end of episode 1 of Phantom Menace, which is interesting because this episode predates the release of the Phantom Menace.
Okay,
by years.
You've been talking about the edits that were like the turning of a page in a book. This episode just ended with the cover closing. We zoomed out, and like the end of Men in Black, we realized, oh, we've been in a book the whole time. Men in Black, it was a bag of marbles, but you know what I'm saying.
Watto, I knew they showed the book at the beginning, so I already picked up on that cue. That he said, "These are my stories." So I see all of this happening here.
And I just want to let everyone know, we will let you know when to start the next episode because we're going to stay on 15:45.
Yes. Trying to make
all
it
right,
even.
so we're going to
George,
we're going to watch the rest of the credits. We're going to finish out the credits.
Oh,
yes?
Absolutely. George, I see people in the chat. They're asking, does hashtag May Detours be with you still apply? Because we just zoomed past 3:39. We forgot to say it. But yes, on the 39th minute of every hour, tweet at Disney Plus, hashtag May Detours be with you. Now, last time there was a little confusion. Some people were tweeting May the Detours. Nope. Drop the It's
May. One of the head writers of Star Wars Detours tweeted the wrong hashtag. They tweeted,
yes,
May the Detours be with you.
But that's okay. That's okay.
He is much funnier. He's much better at writing very funny Star Wars jokes than he is at writing hashtags because he got it a little bit wrong. But yes, we still want Disney to release the 39, the original 39. Now, George, you and I, of course, have them. We watch them all the time.
Yeah.
We smuggled them out.
I have copies, but I can't show them to anyone.
Same here. They'll sue us. Disney will sue us to high heaven.
Here's honestly what I would like, because we know that Disney Plus could release all 39 episodes of with a touch of the button.
Click.
Why isn't George eating the stew that Yoda made? Well, first of all, Yoda made that stew a long time ago. It's gone. Far
away. It would take too long to get here. Outside
also, it wouldn't be safe to eat that stew that Yoda made.
No.
It would be, even if there had been some left, and there wasn't any left. He made it and he ate it till that bowl was clean.
A good meal.
But if any had survived, it would not be healthy to eat. It's very important that people understand that even eating this simple baby spinach is something of a risk because you don't know what kind of bacteria could be on it.
Yeah.
Be careful when you're defrosting meat, when you're preparing food. You want to make sure that you're safe and smart.
It is 3:44, so people should get ready.
Bring up
get ready for episode 2.
And we will start it in 1 second.
All right, and this is episode 2. It's the title of it is Negotiating, It's Never Personal. Already now there's a colon, just like in Star Wars movies where you put a colon in the title.
George, what episode is this we're starting?
Episode 2, Negotiating, It's Never Personal. Oh yeah, put on your sequel hat. Put on your sequel hat.
Anytime there's an episode 2, you know I'm going to be wearing the little hat.
Yeah, now okay, let's start in you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
2, 1.
And they got
they're saying in the comments, negotiating, it's never personal. Does that mean some trade negotiations are coming up?
I made this joke already.
I'm just we have
it's
some new
still
viewers
funny.
joining, Watto.
It's still funny. That's the good thing about jokes is you can say the same joke over and over and it's still funny.
Bro, that's true.
We know that Disney Plus could release all 39 episodes of my final Star Wars project, Star Wars Detours. They could do it they could do it before the end of this marathon. They could release it tonight. However, another thing that we want to push for is that if they're not going to release them on Disney Plus, they could donate those episodes to be screened at the Lucas Museum.
Yeah.
At Lucas Museum.
Yeah.
Because then it would be an act of, artistic preservation. It would be a generous donation to allow the Lucas Museum the right to screen those episodes when the Lucas Museum opens.
And look,
I think that would be a worthwhile compromise.
And when the country reopens, people are all going to want to congregate at the museum and watch 39 episodes of comedy together. We're going to need things like that.
We're going to need that. We're going to need that. But in the meantime, they should really release them on Disney Plus. I don't know why they haven't already. It's perhaps the only failure of our Star Wars Day Marathon was that Disney Plus has yet to release all 39 episodes.
I do like.
Now we join Arliss mid-negotiation.
Oh boy. I like this framing device of the book. In the same way as Star Wars, you always would say it's an episode. Here we go. It's an episode in a saga. Arliss is saying it's just a chapter in my book.
The original draft of Star Wars, it was from the Journal of the Wills. And now we have the not the Journal of the Wills, but the Memoir of the Wolves.
They won't get fooled again.
Can you see me?
Yeah, you're sideways now, George.
Sideways, George. What's going on? Laptops don't go sideways, George.
Am I looking at George Lucas or am I looking at Paul Giamatti and Thomas Hayden Church? Because suddenly it's sideways.
I mean, I'll say this, George, sort of on brand because you know who's in this show?
Who?
Sandy O.
Oh.
From Sideways.
Star of Sideways.
Maybe if Sandra Oh decides to come on one of these, we should all film our Sideways as a tribute.
Yeah. And please call her Sandy. These are our friends. Mike Boatman, Bobby Wool, Sandy.
No. I won't. I'll call her Sandra. I hate Sandy. It's rough and it's coarse and it gets everywhere.
If only you had sunglasses where you are right now, George.
That's the contract, Arliss. You have no leverage. Your guy is a broke down dog who no one else will touch. This guy is a rough customer. He's dealing with somebody. This is very much
Nemoidian. He's holding up the negotiations.
And you can tell Arliss he's confident, but you can tell he's worried. You know, he tries to put forward that professional, confident sheen. But
he's got a bad feeling about this. I'll say
he's got a bad feeling about this.
Arliss. This is what I'd say to Arliss. Hey, Arliss, if you're in negotiations and someone comes in with a tray of tea, get out of there.
This old actor, his face looks exactly like this.
oh, no, this guy is taking a leak on the desk, and now he is urinating on the man. He is pissing on the contract. He is pissing.
How rude. How rude. Oh,
people are losing their
That's
mind.
a practical stream.
It is, I think, a pack. We're doing a live stream. This guy's doing a yellow stream.
I think it's also a live stream, even though this was filmed decades ago.
Yes, it was probably live on the set at the time.
Now, guys, we're getting
All right, now we're on a basketball court.
George, we're getting a lot of donations. We're up to $540. I think we should do another name just to get this going, right?
Right. Yes, absolutely.
Let's do let's see. Let's do this one. There you go. Hang on 1 second. There you go.
All right. Andrew Finlay Stewart. All right. First of all, let's get that S out of there.
Yep. There we go. Much better. And do we want to do the classic replacing the E's with euros?
I think you got it.
Yeah.
Now, here's the other question.
Mm.
No, it's stupid.
No such thing as a stupid question during an Arliss live stream.
Well, I'm just thinking about all these emoticons and emojis that we're using, and I don't know.
Mhm.
It's up to you.
You don't know what? What are you going to?
Just look. Just look.
What you just did?
Yeah.
I don't know. Our list is, we're talking.
There's a regular A in our list. You're right. You're right.
Replace the Y with a yen.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so that's a good start. That's a good start. We're starting to feel a little bit Arlissy here. I want to say maybe add a second $sign in front of Stewart. The second S.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah, that is feeling much better. What's speaking to you, George? Come on, George.
I'm looking.
Now, someone
that's good. Put the $2 signs. That's good.
Yeah. Someone in the comments is saying that Finley should be the last name.
What?
Sure. Let's do it.
And someone also said something else, which I will fix. Hang on one sec.
Man, I wish that the hockey stick were the other direction, because then that would be a very good L.
Great L. That'd be a great L. But if we get any J's, that'll be good for the J's.
Be good for the J.
Well, hang on.
All right.
Someone's saying the D in Andrew should be the D from the Vietnamese dong.
Do we have that?
Oh,
I just added it.
very
All right.
small.
I like that. I want to go out on a limb here, and again, I don't want to do this every time.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking we replace the Andrew with Arliss.
George, I just want to make this very clear to people. We're not going to do it every time. We have to use this sparingly.
Crap.
Okay, but it does look good. I have to admit. It looks very good.
Hang on. What if we did this?
Mhm.
What about that?
It's so crazy. It just might work.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's a pitch I want to make, okay?
Yeah.
Stewart.
Say that again?
Stewart, right? The name Stewart. It ends with art.
Yeah.
But the only art that Arliss believes in is the art of the deal. So let's cut out ART and replace it with a bag of money.
This one?
Yes.
I'm going to sweeten that deal. Replace it with 4 bags of money. That's the art of negotiation.
It's looking pretty close.
It's never personal. It's never personal.
It's never personal. We got to get a little bit of sports in there. Can we get a sport in there?
What if we did this? Hang on.
Uh-oh. Rita has just presented an idea of trying to get to a client through I think a potential client through his mother.
So, oh no, the client's mother.
The client's mother. And I may have missed a detail here while we were working on the Arliss name, but it's thrown everything into chaos.
Yes.
And of course, this is another parallel because Anakin's relationship to his mother is one of the key developments in episode 2.
Yes. Yes.
You know?
Now, do you think that the hockey stick backwards looks too much like a J?
I think it's only good for J's.
Okay.
For the J.
Yeah, sure. I get it.
There's so much business going on in this. and so much sports.
I know what we want to do. We want to replace the F with the frisbee.
Okay.
That's good. That's a good call.
Right? F for frisbee.
I mean, we probably could also do Frank, like the French. You know.
That feels a little bit sweaty to me. I think.
Okay.
I think the frisbee is a shorter walk.
Okay. George Wallace, the king, on screen right now.
Another great George.
One of the great Georges.
One of the great Georges.
Kind of a reference to you also to put George Wallace in here.
Another gray-haired George, and he's in the mix. And there's music.
So, guys, are we good with this name? Do you think?
Yeah, let's lock it. It's locked.
Let's lock it. Okay, it's locked.
Locked. Consider this the McClunky cut. It's ready to go.
All right. And those are two good Arliss names.
Yep. We're on a roll, baby.
All right. Arliss Michaels is introducing himself with a firm handshake. That's something that's no longer possible in our current society.
Yes. You know what I think to myself when I see a handshake on screen?
What do you think, Watto?
Shaking hands. Is that illegal?
Watto, what's going on? What is this?
What do you mean?
Have you been watching like a lot of CSI this week, or what? Where did this come from?
CSI? What are you talking? It's a new bit Watto's trying out. Right before I say something that's a little bit ironic or that I've teed up, I put on sunglasses and I sing the opening of Won't Get Fooled Again by Who. It's a new bit I'm trying out. What do you mean, CSI?
No, it's fine. It's fine. No, it's a good bit. It's a good bit.
Thought I should create some original comedy.
No, it's a good bit. Just keep doing it. Fine. It's fine.
Now, this also,
I don't know from CSI, Mike.
It's a good bit. It's a good bit.
Arliss is in a church right now talking to George Wallace.
Yes. But
And
one could say for Arliss, the real church is the deal. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Not
like
to be a little too profound here, but the only thing that Arliss prays to is the almighty dollar.
Mm-hmm. And his clients. He likes his clients too.
He likes
And he likes sports.
And he likes sports. He likes a lot of stuff, Watto.
likes the business.
Kirby is now playing the piano in the church.
We thought
It looks
Kirby
like a piano rather than an organ.
We thought Kirby was
What'd you
the Han Solo of the group, but maybe he's the Max Rebo, you know?
Oh, yeah, it very much. This is Kirby is having his Max Rebo moment right now.
Yes.
Kirby's outfit. Kirby's outfit looks very Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I would also say, since this is an HBO property, and one of our goals is to try to get Arliss another 2 seasons on home box office.
It worked for Clone Wars. Clone Wars came back. Disney Plus final season.
Clone Wars came back, and but they could also what?
Do you think Dave Filoni would do a reboot of Arliss?
It would be great. You could do an animated 2 seasons of Arliss, and you could film it remotely.
They just did it for the Blacklist, and it worked out great.
It worked out great for everybody.
That's
true.
I would also say that if you wanted to have a spinoff, like an Arliss season that wasn't part of the saga, but was an Arliss story, you could have a spinoff show called Kirby Your Enthusiasm.
You could do that. Here's another thing you could do. You could, if you were like, you know what, we don't want to get as plotty as Arliss gets, because Arliss has this very complex, airtight plotting, right? If you just want to have some fun, you could do Arliss detours. You could just do some little fun action stunts with the cast of Arliss detours.
Now, guys,
the question has been raised that if we raise $75,000 a week for the next 7 weeks, will we watch every season of CSI Miami?
I will fully agree. I've never seen it.
If we raise
what it's like.
$75,000 a week,
correct,
every week for the next 7 weeks,
$1 less.
I'll say this. Can I up it? Can I say this?
Right.
If you raise $75,000 a week for the next 7 weeks, we will watch all of the CSIs.
No. That should be a different tier. That should be a stretch goal.
$77,000 a week.
No, we will establish a new stretch goal. It will be unlocked once we hit 75.
If
Sure.
we raise $75,000 a week, what are we up to right now?
We are up to, give me 1 second, $550 for
Wow.
the New York.
If we raise $75,000 a week, not only will we watch all the CSIs, we will make a new episode of CSI.
You'll make one new episode of CSI.
We'll make an unauthorized episode of CSI.
But we will do our best to get at least one cast member from CSI.
And yes, and that's a new stretch.
Yeah. It's a new stretch goal.
What
we obviously won't call it. We won't call it CSI. We won't call it CSI.
We'll call it CSI Detours.
CSI Detours. No, here's one. You can just change it. You can make it ISC.
Yeah.
They don't own that.
Wait, should we make the S a dollar sign?
Yeah.
We
If you make the S a dollar, that's a little clue. If you make the S a dollar sign, they don't own it anymore. You can make as many CSIs as you want.
Make it $2. Make it $2 signs.
Sure.
Yeah, well, you put one at the end of Detours. So we'll make CSI Detours.
Right.
And neither Disney nor whoever owns CSI,
CBS?
they'll have no ownership to it. It
Exactly.
will be exclusively our creation.
Exactly.
Right. Now it looks like Arliss has outsmarted the man who was urinated on earlier. We just made a reference. He says, "Is this new carpeting?" He says, "Yes." It is nice. Very nice. Very nice. Dry too.
Wit.
And this man is not happy about the fact that the last time that they negotiated, it ended in piss play. And the negotiation is really, it's heating up. Arliss has just said unacceptable. Uh-oh. Now, in the last episode, it ended with things going wrong for Arliss.
Yes.
Which is it was comedic, but also tragic. It was a slight tragedy.
Now, usually you take that for an episode 3 and episode 5. That's usually when things start to go bad for our heroes.
Right. And I'm curious whether we're going to get a victory out of Arliss in this episode, or whether his best laid plans are going to go awry.
Is this a Jedi or is this an Empire?
Is this a New Hope? Or is this an Attack of the Clones?
I don't know.
Right now, I get a bad feeling about this. I feel like it's not going to go Arliss's way, but they could be toying with me.
I'm telling you, if someone comes in with a tray of tea, get out of there. It's not a negotiation. It's a setup. Especially if that tea tray is the same color as her body.
The contract is about to be signed. I've been here before, certainly.
Yes, of course.
All
They
right.
always make you sign a contract before they steal from you. Remember that time Disney tricked you?
Oh, don't remind me. It still stings.
Arliss has a little bit of a Jar Jar tongue on him. Did you see him licking that envelope?
Ooh, sir. He used to lick that envelope.
I wouldn't let that tongue get near to any gorgs.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying?
We know. We know.
Graga would be having nightmares for a week. You know what I'm saying?
Now, all right.
Okay.
Ooh, George.
George.
Look at this comment that just came in.
Jarlass. Fantastic.
Jarlass.
I don't legally have the right to do this, but I'm going to make the call. That's canon.
That is canon.
Uh-oh.
Should it be Jar Jarless or should it be Jarless Jarless?
I think it's Jarless.
Jarless Jarless.
That's up to George. I don't want to make that call.
I think Jar Jarless. Jar Jarless.
Okay.
Jar Jarless. Okay.
Jar Jarless.
Jar Jar.
That way you keep the pleasing rhythm of Jar Jar Binks.
We love the rhythm of the Jar Jar. We love the rhythm.
Now Arliss has his mid-90s cell phone. He's getting paged by TWA Airlines. A lot of period details coming fast and furious in this brief sequence.
You know, this was not the intention at the time, but for us watching Arliss in the present day, this was a long time ago. And in many ways,
Yes.
a galaxy far, far away, the standards of living were so different than what we experience now.
Right. Well, it's not so far from Marin County. I mean, it's you know.
Right, but I'm on the Upper East Side, you forget.
Right. So much further away from you, but that's, you know, stories are different depending on who is perceiving them.
But for Watto on the second story of 72nd in New York, it is.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Now it looks like the deal has worked out, but I think this could be a fake out.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
One ding. What is it? What's...
Uh-oh, and this is tying back to the earlier in the episode, Henneman. And they're assaulting this man. They're taking his jersey off of him. And it looks like the deal is being made. Everyone is applauding. I still anticipate that there's going to be a little bit of a sting. Oh, they're using Clue code language. Halliman is signed, sealed, delivered, and on his way to the court.
Okay, here we go.
They present a red ball cap, which now is a hate speech symbol.
Absolutely. One of the most aggressive things anyone can wear.
Right. And it looks like everything has worked out for Arliss.
Yes.
He's being congratulated. He's referring to the PP man as his buddy. A kiss on the cheek from Sandra Oh.
A kiss from Oh.
And Arliss looks pleased. Oh no, there's a sting in the tail of this story.
Oh.
He passes out. Everyone panics. His arteries were clogged from massive levels of cholesterol.
It was all that food they were eating. It was from Mama's food.
Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking.
You would never play a minute.
Arliss says, I guess I'm just a very lucky guy. And then we're back in the book. My name is Arliss Michaels. I represent athletes. Yep. These are my stories.
Close the book for now.
Close the book. And then we have this little light of mine. I'm going to let it shine, I think, is the closing.
Executive producer, Bobby Wool.
So many guest stars.
Interesting that Michael Boatman is still a guest star at this point in the show. I don't know if it's not being cast yet.
It sounds like he needs to make. I assume at some point he will strike a deal, much like the way every episode so far has revolved around deals.
It seems like life imitated art behind the scenes of Arliss.
And here we go. And now we're seeing the names of all the people who worked on this show. I don't see any visual effects.
I don't either.
It's just in post-production, but I don't see that there were any visual effects.
But the book closing is a visual effect at the
book
end.
Closing is very definitely, indisputably, that is a visual effect. And a stunning one, I think.
Wait a second, George. Did you see the little joke at the end of the episode?
No, what was the little joke?
It said no professional athletes were harmed in the making of this show.
You know, I caught that. In the that joke was also at the end of the pilot, episode 1.
I think that joke
looks like
in all 80 episodes.
Let's keep a tally, Patrick.
Yeah.
if that joke makes it to the full 80.
We
Okay.
demand a running tally.
Okay, I will do it.
So far it should be pretty easy to keep track of because we're on the second episode and it's happened twice.
It's so far two for two.
So now it's 10 minutes past 4 Eastern Standard Time, and we're already 2 episodes in. How many episodes are
easier? I don't know if you feel that way.
how many episodes are in season 1?
We have 11, I believe.
All right.
Yep, we have 11.
It's
What were you saying, Watto?
No, it's like to use an Arliss type analogy. You know how before they step up to the plate, batters in Major League Baseball will put weights on their bat so that once they actually are there, the bat feels lighter to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Watching 30 hours of Star Wars in a row certainly makes watching 11 episodes of Arliss feel like a fucking walk in the park. You know?
I do have to say that I want to thank everyone who donated in the final 5,000 because I think it feels a lot better knowing that we're going to go through season 1 today and then I'll see you next week, as opposed to if we had another 39 hours left in this viewing experience.
Yeah.
Someone just commented, they said Patrick is the best, which seems like a calculated insult. There's only 3 people here, and someone just decided to comment. They said Patrick is the best.
I'm fine with it.
Wait
if anyone else wants to comment that, I'm very okay with it.
I'm just looking here. It seems like the second half of this comment is now loading. Patrick is the best at taking naps! And that's a little bit of political humor. It's truth in comedy, because I'm speaking truth to power.
Yeah. The most powerful person here is me.
More like power napping.
So far, it does feel like, based on the 2 episodes that we've seen, even though Arliss still says that he loves his job.
Yes.
That in the same way that in episode 8, The Last Jedi, Luke Skywalker feels as if the Jedi have failed.
Yes.
I wonder whether Arliss at any point will face a similar kind of reckoning in terms of he spent 2 episodes now working so hard to make these deals come to pass, only to be thwarted in the final moments of each story.
In a certain way, Kylo Ren was like, a client that Luke Skywalker took on. Who didn't live up to his potential.
George, we and Watto, we're gonna have a guest in a few minutes, I believe. First guest of the live stream.
First guest of the live stream.
That's exciting.
First guest.
Do you guys have any predictions for episode 3? What's gonna happen? We got 2 minutes before the next episode starts.
I think someone is going to come very, very close to murdering one of their best friends. A mentor will almost murder an apprentice, but then leave them in a state that in a certain way is even more confident than if they had ended their life.
I think there'll be some sort of volcano element, whether it involves a Hawaiian element, something like that. At some point during the episode, someone will express pure hatred. They'll say, I hate you, or they'll be angry at Arliss.
Someone's going to lose the will to live.
There could be the birth of twins or some sort of twin element.
I would bet on it. I would bet money on it.
I think at one point a character will have the higher ground, and brotherhood will be invoked.
Yes. I'm crossing my fingers from a guest appearance from Tion Midon, the man with the lines on his face and the pointy teeth.
Well,
I know he's a good friend of ours, but for the viewer at home who might not be familiar with his work,
he gets really close to the camera.
Yes, and he has a walking stick. And what does he say when he's close to the camera?
Yippee! Yippee!
Yippee!
Yippee!
Yippee!
Yippee!
Yippee! Yippee!
George, did you see I had up on my wall the thing that you did of me?
It is 4:15.
Oh, okay. Time for the honors.
All right, you ready?
Ready?
Okay.
One.
Episode 3. Wait, hold on. Okay, episode 3, how to turn a minus into a plus.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. I wasn't ready. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
We still got it in at 15. We didn't hit 16.
And how to turn a minus into a plus.
Interesting.
How to turn a Jedi into a Sith.
And guys, looks like our guest has joined, so I'm going to bring her into the room.
Okay.
You've seen her everywhere. You've seen her in movies. You've seen her on TV. You've heard her voice places. Great on Twitter. Let's bring in Mara Wilson.
Mara Wilson.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome, Mara.
How are you
Hi,
doing,
good to
Mara?
see you. I'm doing all right. George, I think we met once when I was like 5, actually.
Mhm.
But
I
I don't
remember.
think. Oh, you do remember? I think I was like, yeah, it was at a. I think it was at a rap party or at a premiere or something. I remember like running around on a dance floor and looking up into your face. And yeah, and I knew who you were. Like you had no idea who I was, but you know, it's so cool to see you again.
Well, it's very nice to see you again as well, Mara.
Yeah, it is.
Mara,
what-
I have a question for you. You
Yes.
appeared on several episodes of BoJack Horseman as a voice actress. This is correct?
Yes, I did.
Do you know if you were ever on the season, the third episode of a season?
The third episode of a season? I think I was. Yeah, actually.
So a bit of an expert on third episode. Okay, this will
Yes.
On third episode.
be so
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Watto, I've never met you before. I'm sorry about that. But yes.
The work though. Matilda is one of those warm bath movies for me. I watch it whenever I'm feeling blue, and I don't know if you've gotten a look at me lately, but I'm feeling blue quite often.
Yes, because you're blue. Yeah, you're literally the sunglasses. Yeah.
And Mara,
All right.
it looks like you've dressed up as a Toydarian. You're wearing a Toydarian. That's also a blue shirt. Yes.
Yes, I guess so.
You and Watto match very well.
Match.
Oh wow, I did not anticipate that, but yeah, I suppose so.
Well, I
We don't choose. We don't always choose our destiny. We don't always choose our fate.
That's true. That's very true. You're wearing red, so I don't know what that's about.
This is I don't. My normal show jacket is trapped in New York City. I normally wear a Howard the Duck crew jacket,
Yeah.
but instead, I'm wearing this. This is a Michael Jackson Beat It jacket.
I was
It's
gonna say,
vintage
it
from
looks-
the '80s.
It looks very Michael Jackson. Yes. It's
So
yes.
that's the closest thing that I had here at Skywalker Ranch. A lot of stuff is in storage, but this is I executive produced Captain EO, so I thought, well, that will be appropriate for every one of these shows.
That's true. That's very true. Yes.
And it looks like if you're the episode right now, the boxing gloves and the shorts match both my jacket, and also I'm wearing red shorts that are identical to these boxing shorts in the episode.
Great.
one boxer is wearing red, the other is wearing blue. It's almost like if you and I fought rather than getting along very well.
I'm realizing now, I don't know if you can see this, but the sun is going to be on me very soon.
You're going to be baking. Mara, are you watching this episode along with us at home?
Yes, I am. I have never seen this show. I've barely even heard of it. I'm kind of living for Sandra Oh's weird hair, though. I've got to say that's definitely something that I'm appreciating. Yeah. Wow. Look at those glasses. Yeah. That very late '90s kind of thing. Is that a pillow?
This is an HBO pillow.
That's
Remember,
beautiful.
This
That's
was
beautiful.
What a perfect time in HBO history.
Well, it wasn't TV,
I'm gonna go-
you know.
I'm gonna
It
go get
really-
mine as well.
Oh, is that it? That's a wow, Dennis Miller. That was
That guy was too hot for TV. He had to go to HBO.
I mean, he had a big. I remember him having a big thing on like Sunset Boulevard, where the thing was above him. It said "A rebel without a pause."
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Even the billboards were funny.
Yes, exactly.
Wada, hold up your pillow as well. I'd like us to both hold up our
I
pillows.
still don't know what that means.
Patrick's pillow did not arrive in time.
Patrick's pillow should be here tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sorry. Oh, but yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why there are dollar signs on it. I'm guessing the show is a lot about money.
Yes. For our list, the art is the art of the deal.
Ah, okay, all right.
Now,
But yes.
this is once again, there is an altercation that a fight has broken out, and Arliss is on the fringes of that fight.
Yes.
Is it a physical fight or is it just
a
an
physical
argument?
fight?
No,
It was a physical fight.
It's both. Can I say also, you have people in this fight speaking different languages, which feels like a Star Wars homage, because it's kind of like when Han Solo and Jabba the Hutt are arguing, and he's like, "Oh, come on," and Jabba's like,
They also they use yellow subtitles when the subtitles are built into the show.
Very Star Wars.
Oh, my sister made this painting. She is from Earth, I think, but I'm not quite sure. Somebody asked if it looks very Star Warsy. She's yeah. She doesn't know very much about Star Wars, but yes, I will plug my sister's work at any time. It does look kind of Star Warsy.
It's like a landscape from the planet Mustafar.
What's the planet Mustafar?
The whole planet is one volcano.
Oh,
It's a
wow.
volcano. Yeah.
Wow.
If you're planning a vacation with a close friend, I don't recommend going there. You'll end up fighting.
Yeah.
You'll end up fighting there. Yeah, and
Because
probably
it's hot there. People get irritable, and it's the worst place if you're already even on the cusp of having a disagreement. It will exacerbate that fight to an outrageous extent.
Yeah, probably you're going to inhale a bunch of sulfur too, and that's probably that just makes things worse.
Yeah,
Maybe
and
you'll start
also,
to see visions. Yeah.
It's also fine that your sister is not a Star Wars fan, because there are other, some people are Star Wars fans and some people are Strange Magic fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure she's a fan of that. Yeah, I'm
Do you
very
think
sure.
your sister might be a fan of Strange Magic?
Maybe, I don't know. She's probably she knows stuff you've done. She knows stuff you've done.
Well,
Yeah.
and Mara, you're an expert in strange magic. I mean, it doesn't get much stranger than Matilda, right?
That's very true. Thank you, Watto. Thank you.
That magic's pretty strange.
I mean, I was a very big Star Wars fan when I was a child. And
They're children's films. They're for children.
I was a pretty big fan when I was a kid. Can Matilda use the Force? No, it's different. It's different things. Matilda's power is allegorical, guys. It's about knowledge and learning and such.
Now, Mara, what were your favorite TV shows around this time? This is like 97, 96, somewhere around there.
The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
The Simpsons, of course. Yeah, the Simpsons was definitely my favorite show.
Yeah.
One of my favorite shows of all time.
I was supposed to be on an episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And then I backed out of it, and so they wrote me in a very insulting way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they portrayed me as a tiny little troll person.
What episode was that?
I don't know. But you can read about it in the book Springfield Confidential. I think you can read the story about me, and how they portrayed me.
Yeah.
It's in the episode called Codependence Day, which is the 15th episode of season 15.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I think those were the years I was at boarding school and didn't have a TV, which is a very relatable comment. I know. But yeah, it was, yeah, I didn't have a TV at that point, so I wasn't really watching much of it. But yeah, I was definitely a big Simpsons fan. I'm trying to think what else came out in 96, 97. Rocko's Modern Life. That was my favorite show for a long time too. That was a great show. Wasn't watching a lot of HBO shows because I was 9, but yeah, I do actually realize, like, I did probably watch more HBO than I should have, as a kid.
Sure, that's great, and I'm very proud of you, Mara. But George asked what your favorite TV shows were, and we all know it's not TV; it's HBO.
That's very true. That's very true.
Question.
Yes.
That would be a different question if he was asking which HBO shows you like.
Yes, I mean, I like HBO shows now, but they're very different.
Categorically not TV.
No, they're not. Was I watching? No, I wasn't. I was going to say I was watching an HBO show last night, but I wasn't. I was watching Mad Men, which is a different channel.
AMC. That's AMC.
AMC. That's AMC.
Kind of like
HBO famously passed on Mad Men. They were because Matt Weiner had written for The Sopranos,
Right.
and he pitched it to HBO, and they turned it down. And it essentially it gave AMC a new life as a home for original content instead of a channel that just showed American movie classics.
Right.
Yeah. It's like Decca passing on the Beatles. Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. They say groups
they're
with
talking
guitars
a
were on
lot.
their way
They're
out.
talking a lot about Risky Business and Tom Cruise, who I've never worked with Tom, but my buddy Steve has.
Yes, a couple times.
Yeah.
Have you ever met TC, Mara?
No, I haven't met Tom Cruise. I'm trying to think of people that I've met that are in the same vein as Tom Cruise. I've met John Travolta.
Movie stars you met Travolta.
I have met Travolta. He was very nice.
Oh, now he's singing "I Feel Pretty," which is my buddy Steve's next movie. Is West Side Story.
Yeah.
I gotta tell Steve about this.
Mara,
he should be watching. He should be watching
George's
this.
buddy Steve is Steven Spielberg. I just want to.
I gathered
I just wanted to
that.
make sure you knew that. I just want to make sure.
I gathered that. I haven't met very many. Athletes. Like fancy athlete. I was in a hotel once where we saw Charles Barkley, and that was kind of cool.
Barkley, he will appear on a later episode of this.
Will he? Yeah, I thought maybe he will. Yeah.
Barkley is not really an athlete first and foremost. I'd say primarily he's a movie star.
You think so?
Have you seen Space Jam?
I haven't actually.
Yeah,
I was doing other things in 1996 and 1997.
Now you said you met John Travolta.
I did meet John Travolta. Yeah, he and Danny DeVito were friends. They were working together on Pulp Fiction.
Wow.
So yeah, that was when I met them and got to know them. They're playing "I Only Want to Be with You." I love that song. Great song.
The theme song for Arliss. If you love that song, you should watch every episode because you get it at least 2 times per episode.
That's crazy. That's like closeted Dusty Springfield singing, singing songs. That doesn't seem to fit with Arliss very well. But somewhat ironic use because Arliss, he's in a business of relationships, right? Okay.
To be a manager, to be an agent, you have to be.
Wow, look at that font. Yeah, I think I'm a little behind right now.
One of these characters is named Ray, and it's spelled the same way. It's Rey. Wow.
Really? So it means which means king, right?
Yes.
And also is the name of a famous granddaughter.
Yes.
Yes, that's true.
Wars.
That's true. Daisy Ridley is apparently a big Matilda fan.
That's cool.
Yeah, which was actually awesome. Yeah, to hear.
Wow.
Yeah, I also worked with Kelly Marie Tran. Actually, we have a whole 6 Degrees thing going on here, George Lucas. I feel like I'm just bragging now.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Now, when you met Danny DeVito, his role on Pulp Fiction was as a producer.
Yeah, he was a producer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's highly relatable.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so who is this? Sorry, my cat is chewing on some string right now, and it might make him sick. So I'm going to try to get that away from him.
Yeah.
Theo, what are you doing?
What's your cat's name?
This one is Theo. Theo. But I also have another cat, and then I also have my sister's cat who's with us right now too.
Oh.
So yeah, there's a lot of cats around.
What are those cats' names? What are the names of all the cats?
Milo and Theo are my cats, and Basil is my sister's cat. And Basil has like an Instagram and a Twitter presence and stuff that my sister keeps up. It's very cute. He's a very cute little tuxedo cat. What are you doing? Knock it off. Okay, I'm gonna have to get the squirt gun on you.
Also, Mara, a lot of people saying bring in the cats. Show us the cats.
See the cat.
I would love to. Cats, you kind of have to. Theo.
That's up to the cats.
It is up to the cats. Yeah. Theo might make an appearance. They've made an appearance in every single stream that I've done in quarantine, so I wouldn't be surprised if they showed up. People are disappointed when they don't show up, I think. But yeah, wow. I'm amazed at what Sandra Oh is wearing. It's very much like I thought that style was normal at the time because here comes Theo.
I'm trying to figure out if you're watching a different episode than us, because right now Arliss is in jail. That's what we're seeing.
Okay, are you on season 1, episode 3?
Correct.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sandra just showed up though. Watto.
I think
okay.
I think I might be a little behind. Should I?
You haven't.
Where we are.
Let me ask you this. First of all, are you seeing her in a green outfit with a wooden duck on a desk?
Let me see. They're talking about this guy.
Or you were
They're
seeing her
talking
in a pink outfit?
in a pink outfit.
Okay, the green outfit is coming, and it's dynamite.
Okay,
so Mara is still kind of on a prequel, and we're on
Yes.
This is where we are.
Watto, you would know all about that, right?
right. The scene you're watching is a prequel to the scene that we're currently watching.
Okay.
And when you see Arliss in prison, there will be an edit that I believe is the first use of a transition where it is a circular, like an iris transition. It's like a star wipe in the shape of a circle.
People are yelling at each other in Spanish right now.
Right.
Oh yeah, you may be 10 minutes behind us.
Okay, yes, I probably am. Sorry. I wasn't sure when I was supposed to hit play.
That's okay. No, it's completely okay. But I'm excited for you.
Oh, I'm dumb.
Rita's
Yes, I'm
next
sorry.
outfit.
There's a big counter.
Yeah.
Counter. Yes.
Um,
Rita Woo is the
You're not done. The counter should be bigger. Patrick, get a bigger counter.
Get a bigger counter, Patrick. What's wrong with you?
Come on, Patrick, bigger counter. Please.
To paraphrase one of my buddy Steve's movies, we're going to need a bigger counter.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Theo says hi, by the way,
Oh,
to everybody in the
Hello,
chat.
Theo.
Oh,
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, what a cute
Yes.
cat.
Yeah, he's a good boy. Theo, you're a legend. He is a legend. That's Patrick's fault for not explaining it. Yeah. Patrick, what's up with that?
Well, I'm sorry, guys. I can only do so much.
yeah, Patrick taking a nap.
Mara, you tell me as soon as you see Rita in her green.
Okay.
I think it's a blazer. I think it might be a blazer.
Let me
but
fast forward a little bit. Yeah.
No. I don't want you to skip any of Arliss in prison.
Okay, hold on. There's a guy
I
with
don't
like a
want you to miss a
blondish kind
moment
of
of this.
mullet. Yeah. Okay. This
That's
is very
Kirby. I think that's Kirby.
That's our good friend.
Beethoven's Ode to Joy is playing. Theo's fur is in my face. Yeah.
This is how
There's a
Arliss
private
was
jet.
meant to be watched.
Wow. There's a guy in a there's like some men who seem to be like Arab stereotypes talking to him.
Oh,
yeah.
We're
I'm
watching a
sorry,
great
Mara.
scene.
I'm sorry, but a visual effect just happened on screen.
Wow.
Oh yes. What happened?
A full-on digital effect replicating prison bars. It was part of a. You don't realize you're watching a show within a show, and then suddenly you see a graphic, and I just got very excited.
I mean, that's a bit of a spoiler, but for most people, they watch episode 1 already knowing that Anakin becomes Darth Vader. So
Unless I'm getting confused, I think that's the second time in this episode that someone has used the word shit fuck.
Compound word.
I don't think I'm mixing it up. I think it is HBO Sports. Now we have in-world. So HBO exists in the world of Arliss.
yes.
Please give Theo an
Even though
Arliss name.
Arliss is a show on HBO.
Interesting. That's like that. That's
Who
like
wants
that. Yeah. Somebody said give Theo an Arliss name.
We can do that.
Yes, let's give Theo an Arliss name.
Theo, do you want an Arliss name? Theo,
Hang
stop
on.
chewing on the thread from the sewing machine. That's not okay.
Mara,
Bobcat Goldthwait has appeared.
What sport would you say is Theo's favorite?
Oh, Theo is more of a sensitive type. He's like Theo would be in the drama club. I think he's kind of a mama's boy. I do have like a jock son. Milo is my jock son. Milo is a giant orange cat who's around here somewhere.
Okay. So
Milo's the jock.
I'm going to say we replace the O in Theo with a yo-yo.
Okay, that would be
Okay.
good.
The sport of theater kids, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that E needs to be a euro.
It has
Yeah.
to be a euro.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right there. We have an H there. Might as well just throw a B and an O onto that, right? So let's get the HBO in there.
Yeah. And let's take you see that anchor at the bottom next to the boats? Let's make the T an anchor.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
That's great. That's great. Yeah.
To Michael Boatman.
Yeah. I think he'll appreciate this.
Yeah, it's a
Theo,
great name.
Theo, our list doesn't seem like Theo's kind of show. Theo is very, very into to shows with female detectives, though.
Mm-hmm.
He always comes running when I'm watching a show with female detectives. He loved Veronica Mars. He loved Broadchurch. He loved Jessica Jones. He loved what else did he love? He loved everything. He also The Fall. He loved The Fall. He has a big Gillian Anderson thing. Yeah, he loves anything with plucky female detectives, or even sad female detectives, or private investigators. He's very, very into them. It's I don't know what it is, but he immediately comes running to watch over my shoulder with that.
Is there anything that he does not like?
I don't know. He just kind of doesn't seem interested, I think, as much in a lot of other shows. He
Sure.
What was it that we were watching the other day? He likes female directors too. For some reason, he comes over when a movie was directed by a woman. He's a
Wow.
very sensitive guy. He's a mama's boy.
Theo is woke.
Theo is woke. Theo is woke. That was a good line. She said, "Must be Tom Cruise from Interview with a Vampire because you suck."
That's a great joke.
That's a great line. Wow.
And you have to know at that point in time, it was topical.
Yeah.
It's still topical.
Okay. Is Bobcat Goldthwait in this?
Yeah.
Yes.
I know what Bobcat Goldthwait sounds like. I can't remember what he looks like.
You'll know when you see him, I think. He gets a really prominent shot.
Okay.
Mar, I will say, you said Theo likes female directors, right?
Yes, he does.
You might want to tell him to tune in for episode 5, The Company You Keep.
Oh, really? Is that
by Mary Kay Place, because Arli was a very feminist show.
very good?
Yeah. Keep after you're done with your episode, Mara, make sure to keep the stream going and just clock whether or not Theo comes in to check out episode 5.
Yeah.
If you notice,
We've reached the end
Mary Kay Place.
of episode 3.
We'll close from now.
Guest star Michael Boatman, still guest star status because Michael Boatman has yet to close the deal.
No, Boatman is still at the docks. He's still stuck at the docks. He cannot pull the anchor and start sailing yet.
Is Ochonias like a common name? I've never heard the name Ochonias before. Interesting.
I mean,
I don't know. I just also feel like a lot of white writers will just make up names that they feel like sound like,
that's not true. White people have never done anything wrong. And I say this with no vested interest, just as someone who owned a couple of white slaves once. I think they're great, and I think honestly they're doing better than ever. Not in terms of success, just in terms of their work. Everything they're doing is just really kind of right on the money.
I mean, Watto, I think that
No,
that's an interesting point.
Mara, look, sometimes we do comedy here, but I have to make it clear before you get canceled for saying something like that. We all agree that white people have never done anything wrong. It's a joke.
Okay.
So, auto-playing the next episode. I have to pause that. Okay.
Wow. I think I kind of have an idea what was going on in this show. I'm really just amazed by all the hairstyles. Like they all just seemed, and the hairstyles and the fashion, they all just seemed so normal in the 90s. And now I'm like, no, it was weird. We dressed weirdly then.
Right. I mean, it's like looking at Queen Amidala in Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
We
thought that was normal, and we thought that was normal in the 90s. We're like, this is just normal hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was like the Rachel. It was just something you would bring in a photo of Amidala.
I mean, I'm a little bit worried.
it's 39 minutes past the hour, which means it's time for us to mention Star Wars detours. Watto, do you want to do the honors?
Yes. So, Mari, you've done a lot of voiceover work in recent years for animation. And
Yes, I have.
I'm sure one of your favorite parts of doing animation voiceover is when the episodes are finished and released for the public to see, right?
Yes,
That's
of
one of the
course.
things that makes it good is that the episodes are viewable, right?
Yes, of course.
Would you believe, and this is not a joke, this is not like you making disparaging remarks about white people. This is not an ironic joke, okay? Would you believe that George Lucas fully self-produced and self-financed 39 complete episodes of an animated series finished called Star Wars Detours? It's like Star Wars, but it's funny. And when Disney stole Star Wars, they said, no, we don't want to release it. And it has just been sitting on a shelf for almost a decade. There are 39 completed episodes. So at the 39th minute of every hour, we ask people to tweet, may the Detours be with you, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, at Disney Plus to release the original 39.
Okay. They're funny. How are they intentionally funny?
Yes, they
Yes, they're funny. Like,
yes.
what's the funniest thing? What's the funniest thing you've ever seen? Like, you like The Simpsons. You said you were a big Simpsons fan.
Yeah, I was growing up. I definitely was.
So think about that.
Imagine
Star Wars
Yeah.
if it was The Simpsons.
They've done Simpsons. I mean, The Simpsons has done Star Wars.
No, but this is actually real. It's real.
No,
real.
but this is the real thing because this is created and executive produced by me.
Yes.
And
Okay.
it's 39 episodes of Simpsons level comedy
Yes.
animated.
Right.
So everything you liked about The Simpsons.
Written by the Robot Chicken team.
It's everything
Yeah.
you like about The Simpsons. If you like The Simpsons, you'd probably like Detours even more.
It's written by the Robot Chicken team.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah, I had some friends who used to write for that. Yeah.
Guys, we also
I'm
have
sorry, I sound like a shitty name dropper this whole episode.
okay. We have another guest who's going to pop in.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You know him from a lot of things. You know him from Star Wars: The Clone Wars. You know him from Star Wars Lego Freemaker Adventures. You know him from Star Wars Resistance. You know him from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Whose line is it anyway? He's everywhere. He's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Please welcome Greg Proops.
Colin Mockery. Oh. Greg! How are you doing, buddy?
I'm good, Watto. How are you?
Good. I haven't seen you since we worked together.
Right?
Yeah.
On the Phantom Menace, there was that terrible accident during the filming when a lot of the plot was destroyed.
That was a bit of an issue. We lost the plot in a fire.
There's that comedy.
That's so sad.
Now, Greg,
With jokes like
Now-
that, you should be on Detours.
Greg, hello, it's George here. It's very nice
Jokes
to
this
see you
good, I could be
again.
an asscat. It's nice to see you, George. It was
Greg,
lovely
now I
working with
noticed-
you. You were very kind to me on the set.
Well, you have to be kind. There's room for kindness in show business. Is something that I believe to be true. Now, Greg, I noticed you are filming Quibi style. You're filming a Quibi right now because you have a vertical aspect ratio.
Yeah, I think artistically, George, if you'd shot THX 11
Oh.
17 or whatever that was in this format, it might have been as popular as Star Wars.
I do think that is a great idea that hadn't occurred to me. I do think if THX 1138 had been a Quibi, so it had been 10 minutes long and filmed vertically, I think it probably would be the new Star Wars.
I mean, I saw it when it came out in the theater because I'm from the Bay Area. Here, do you want me to change the ratio on this?
No, I like you like this. Oh no, that's great too.
Okay,
Either way
yeah,
is great.
All right.
I was happy with you in any aspect ratio, Greg. Now you look like
That's
you
very
have a
kind of you,
similar.
George.
You think you have a wonderful work of art, just like Mara does. You have both have kind of a similar style of artwork, if I'm seeing that correctly.
Yeah, I love it.
What's yours, Mara?
Mine is a painting by my sister, who's a visual
What's
artist.
yours, Mara?
It's my sister did it.
Oh,
She's a
that's
visual
fabulous.
artist. Yeah, she's great. She's really great, and she'll be really excited to hear that because we did grow up watching Whose Line Is It Anyway. and she'll be thrilled. Sorry, George. She was more of a friend. She was more of a fan of Greg than yours.
No, that's that doesn't disappoint me at all. I love that.
Yes, she did that, and
Can
it's
anyone
been.
hear me?
I can hear you, Greg.
I can't hear you anymore.
Oh no.
I have the slide session box open. Well, I can go get my other earphones,
Yeah.
or we can carry on with me talking over all of you.
Fun technical stuff. Fun technical stuff. Yeah. That's the way that it goes.
Oh, it's 4:45. It's time for the new Arliss, baby. Let's peel off a new Arliss.
While Greg gets his new earphones, we'll start this episode.
Greg,
can you hear us?
Athletes are role models.
Oh no. Right now, Greg is hearless.